You know, I think when we first started Beat the Odds, we didn't know what to expect. So the class, when they got there, a little nervous. And then once we went through the experience, though, I have to say, my class is closer now than I've ever probably had a class. And it's because they're able to express themselves. They're able to take chances in front of one another, which is something that they do in class, but they were able to be all on the same level. And they were able to have these wonderful discussions through the rhythms, which I know sounds weird, but you have to go through the experience. And it really played well in our classroom. It translated well in our classroom. My only thing was we wanted more. The kids wanted more. They still ask me now, okay, well, we have it this week? Do we have it this week? I say, no, right now we don't have it because we have other classes doing it. But they loved it. It's made a huge impact. The conversations now that we have in our class are deeper than they were before we started. And everyone feels comfortable. So now, because you took a chance with Beat the Odds, now you can come back and take a chance with math or language arts, which is something that's very difficult to get people to feel comfortable in the classroom to do. And I attribute a lot of it to Beat the Odds, because I don't know where we would be without it. I'd imagine it would be like previous classes where I would spend a lot of time struggling to make sure, don't worry, you can take chances, you can take chances. Well, it's one thing when you say you can take chances, it's another thing when you experience it. And we really got into some great conversations. We had fun doing it, but it was also, of course, it was the music and the drums, but it was just the camaraderie. It was the depth of the conversations we were having, and just the ability to sometimes just be silly in front of each other, but then have fun, and then you come back to the classroom and have that same approach in math. So I completely recommend it. I have to admit, when I first heard about it, I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is going to take some time away from our already busy schedule. I miss it. I wish we could do it every single week. I hope it continues on, because it is something that now I'm realizing, I need more of it, and I can't see how we would do without it. So big kudos to the people who invented this program. Great job. You really hit the nail on the head to what we need. We need these types of interactions with each other, because right now when it comes to academics, we're so hard pressed in the math and language arts and science and social studies as we should be, but we're missing this, and we need this. So I hope it returns, and I'm really, really happy with the program.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Soqui, can you speak to teachers who are resistant to the time it might take away from their classroom? And along those lines, what would you say to those teachers?
You know, the one thing, I was hesitant a little bit, and basically it was because I didn't want to take, the idea of losing time from the classroom scares every teacher, and we understand that. But one of the things I liked about this program is during that time, the way I looked at it was like music for the non-musician. So we have a few students who take orchestra, for example, but a majority don't. But there's still a lot to be learned from music. And so as long as you're able to use your hands a little bit, you were able to be part of this group. And for kids at this age to be a part of a group, the way I like to look at it is, you're part of a band, that's like a positive group, which is like the direct opposite of a gang, which is a negative group, but it still has the same characteristics in that you want to be a part of something. And so a lot of the kids I talk to who have been in gangs, or they have siblings who are in gangs, that's the number one thing, is I felt like I was a part of a family. And this is a positive side of that. It's a positive family within your classroom that we don't get to experience. And we're doing it as much as we need to. And we're doing it through music. For people who are intimidated by a flute or a violin, so I could never play that, you could play a drum. And now you're part of this group. And then they take that outside in the classroom or outside in the playground. And you know what? We're going to attribute this to also our suspensions are down, our fights are down, just things, just more of a positive vibe. And I think this program really hit the nail on the head, because it is a group. And whenever we can offer a group setting in a positive light where everybody participates and everybody loves it, and you know your program is running well, when people get up and say, all right, time to go, it's like, to a person, it's, we're done already? Yeah, we have to go because another class is going to come and enjoy it too. So, yes, you should have no hesitation about trying this program. Give it a try, and if you will see a huge difference after you're done with your cycle of this program. Trust me, you're going to notice a difference in your class, and you're going to love it, and you're going to be asking the same question our students ask is, when's it coming back? Can we go again? Totally recommend.